Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about the Oscars, the 2023 Oscars this time. And what I'm going to do here is just give you my thoughts on as many categories for movies that I've seen. And I need to let you know that I haven't seen like every movie that was nominated. And in terms of Best Picture nominees, I tried to get everything. The only two that I haven't seen yet are Elvis and Avatar: The Way of Water. Those are the only two I haven't seen yet, and I'm not really interested in watching either of those two movies, but I'll probably get around to them someday. But just to let you know, I haven't seen everything, and I'm just going to give you my thoughts on what I have seen and whether or not I feel as though the winner was deserved, or I think someone got snubbed. But anyways, what this is going to be like, I'm just going to go through the list and starting with like actor in leading role, just like on the website, and just talk. So at actor in the leading role, Brendan Fraser, he won for Best Actor. I haven't seen The Whale yet, but I heard he was great, and I was guessing that he was going to win because there was a lot of hype around him winning, and for him to win, and I'm not really mad about it, even though I haven't seen The Whale yet. I bet he's really great in it. And my pick out of the ones that I've seen is Colin Farrell, because that's the only one out of this entire category that I've seen. So, next up, actor in a supporting role. I have no idea how to pronounce his name, and I'm going to destroy it. K. Who... No, I can't do this. I'm sorry. Short Round from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and Data from The Goonies. I thought he was great, and I'm not unhappy that he won. It was either him or Brendan Gleeson for The Banshees of Inisherin. I thought they were both great, and there wasn't really a clear winner for me personally. Judd Hirsch in The Fabelmans, I liked him, even though he was in the movie for like 5 minutes. It's kind of a weird nomination, for me. Brian Tree Henry for Causeway, I haven't seen that yet. So, moving on. Those are my thoughts. Actress in the leading role, Michelle Yeoh, if I pronounced that correctly. I have no idea. Once again, I apologize for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm not unhappy with her winning at all. My personal preference would have been Kate Blanchett for Tar. I thought she was amazing in that movie. It was better than Michelle Williams in The Fabelmans, if you ask me. And surprisingly enough, The Fabelmans didn't win anything, now that I think about it. And Blonde, as well as To Leslie, I haven't seen those yet. And I'll get around to them some other time. Actress in a supporting role, Jamie Lee Curtis won. She did a good job, but she wouldn't have been my pick. And the other two movies that I've seen, Banshees of Inisherin and Everything Everywhere All at Once, that other girl, Stephanie... No idea. And Carrie Condon. I thought they were both great in those movies, and they would have been my pick, either one of them, out of what I've seen. I haven't seen Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, or The Whale yet, like I've said already. And I'll get around to those movies. Probably not Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, because I'm kind of tired of Marvel movies. Maybe one day. But I wouldn't say Jamie Lee Curtis did a bad job, so there's not really a whole lot to complain about here. Next up, Best Animated Feature Film, and Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio won, which is the only one I've seen out of the animated feature films, and I thought it was pretty good. I liked it a lot, and there wasn't really any complaints from me, because that was the only one I've seen, and I thought it was a very good movie, so those are my thoughts on that. Next up, cinematography, All Quiet on the Western Front won. It wasn't a bad looking movie. I just would have preferred Tar, because I thought that movie looked incredible. But at the same time, that's one of the best things that All Quiet on the Western Front does. It looks nice, but aside from that, there isn't really much else to the movie, if you ask me. Next up, costume design, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And I don't know. I haven't seen most of these. The only one I have seen, sorry, is Everything Everywhere All at Once for this category. And it's like, it was a kind of costumey movie. Don't really have much to say about it, so I'm just going to move on. Next up, Everything Everywhere All at Once, one for directing, the Daniels one. And that one I'm happy about. It wasn't my number one pick. I would have preferred either Martin McDonagh or Todd Field. Like, those two I would have been, like, really happy about. But this one I'm not upset about at all. Nothing really to complain about, so I'm happy. And I'm going to skip the live-action shorts and the documentaries because I haven't seen any of them. Also, the animated shorts ones, I haven't seen those either. Next up, film editing, Everything Everywhere All at Once one. And, like, I remember editing. I haven't seen the movie in a while, so... And nothing stood out to me as, like, bad editing. I just don't remember a whole lot about the editing in Everything Everywhere All at Once that made it, like, stand out. At the same time, there was nothing distractingly bad about it, and it's like, it's fine. Next up, international feature film, All Quiet on the Western Front one, and that was predictable because it was also nominated for Best Picture, and whenever a foreign language film is nominated for Best Picture, that's going to be the one that's going to win Best International Feature Film, so that was like the most predictable thing in the world, and I haven't seen the other movies that were nominated, so I'll get around to them another time. Next up, makeup and hairstyling, The Whale one, which I haven't seen yet, and I didn't really have any strong feelings about this category, so I'm just going to move on. Now we have music for original score and All Quiet on the Western Front one, which made me kind of angry, to be honest, because that was easily the worst one out of everything that was nominated that I've seen. And overall, I just thought it was a bad score. It was just boom, boom, boom. And it was just spam throughout the movie. It got annoying. It sounded generic. And there was just nothing about it that impacted me in any positive way, unfortunately. It was just really sad that that was the one that won. Music, original song, Not to from RRR. I haven't seen RRR yet, so I'm just going to skip this one. Next up, production design, All Quiet on the Western Front one, which is fine. Not upset about it at all. It's like, if I'm going to give it anything, then fine, I'll give it that one. Next up, sound, and this one was pretty predictable. It was Top Gun Maverick, and the way that you figure out which one is going to win is which out of all of the nominations for sound, which one was the loudest? And it was Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick was the loudest, so it has the best sound, obviously. So that one was predictable for me. And it's like, no like strong opinions on it or anything. This is fine. And it was the only thing Top Gun won also, which is kind of interesting. Next up, visual effects, Avatar The Way of Water won. Not surprised at all. I think everyone saw this one coming. Next up, we have writing for adapted screenplay, and Women Talking won it. And I predicted this one because there was a lot of dialogue, and I was like, which one, like, did I think, like, the Academy would like in terms of, like, writing? I don't know. It's like Women Talking, and I got it, and it's like no real strong opinions about this one. This is fine. And writing for original screenplay, Everything Everywhere All at Once won it, which kind of surprised me, but I'm not unhappy. It wasn't like a poorly written film at all. Some of the other ones I wouldn't be unhappy either, but again, I need to see Everything Everywhere All at Once a second time, but from memory, there was nothing like particularly bad about the writing for Everything Everywhere All at Once to me, or at least from memory. And now we're into Best Picture. Yep, I saved it for last. And Everything Everywhere All at Once won it. And I was not surprised when it won because it won so many nominations. It won like a total of 7 Oscars, I think, in total. And at that point, I was like, yep, I know where this is going. And sure enough, it was Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is cool. I'm not upset that it won, even though it's not my favorite movie of the year. Tar is my favorite movie of the year, or at least everything that I've seen. And everything that's nominated, I would pick Tar. But by the end of the day, I'm not upset with the winners. And a lot of people seem to be taking issue with Everything Everywhere All at Once winning so many Oscars for some reason, where they feel as though it should be more divided and like more like the same movie shouldn't be winning so many awards. But like, I don't know, like hypothetically, if it has the best of all those elements, why would it not get those winners? Why would it not win those things? Like, even though I don't think it's like the best in every single way, Tar I like better, and Banshees of Inisherin I think I does some things better than Everything Everywhere All at Once. And it would have been cool for either of those movies to win something, and those movies just didn't get anything, which is kind of sad. And as much as I would have liked for that to happen, I'm not angry with what we got by the end of the day. And I'm just happy it wasn't All Quiet on the Western Front or The Fabelmans. Like, if those two had won, I would probably be pretty angry and, like, just absolutely infuriated. But thankfully that didn't happen, and the winner went to a movie that I really love, luckily. And also, for the record, I understand why people are upset and, like, complaining about the winners for Everything Everywhere All at Once getting like so many. And I understand why people are upset, and I'm not going to judge you if you feel this way. And if you didn't like Everything Everywhere All at Once, like, I'm not going to judge you. That's what I'm trying to say here. It's fine if you don't like these movies or any of these movies, and you feel as though something else should have won or should have been nominated that wasn't nominated. Like, that happens all the time. Like, the Academy, like, they don't watch every single movie every year. They only watch maybe every movie that is, like, for your consideration. But that's about it. So those are my thoughts on the 2023 Oscars for 2022 movies. And overall, I thought that the winners, I wasn't super disappointed with a lot of them, and they mostly went to Everything Everywhere All at Once and All Quiet on the Western Front. Like, those two are like the main ones that got the most Oscars. I was happy to see like the speeches, and like I like that they gave more time for people to give out their speeches. Like, that was nice. Overall, I wasn't upset while watching it. It is still way too long, like 3.5 hours long. I would not recommend anyone to sit through this, like 3.5 hours. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed me talking about the Oscars, let me know what you thought of this year's winners down below. And my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for The Ghostwriter. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.